The next audio is JFK's speech at Amherst College on October 23, 1963, just a few months before his death. The speech celebrates the contributions of poet Robert Frost and highlights Kennedy's great strength, the ability to understand a sweeping range of human experiences, from tragedy to success, suffering to joy, from forward to backward. This understanding is evidenced in his favorite rhetorical device, antithesis, the placing of a thought against another to which it is opposed to form a balanced contrast of ideas. For example, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Or, we must never negotiate out of fear, but we must never fear to negotiate. Such favoritism to this rhetorical device evidences his familiarity with and belief that the exploration of opposite experiences leads to a greater personal awareness. If we are to interpret Kennedy's understanding of art and poetry to translate to that which he commends Frost for understanding, the awareness of human suffering, the human tragedy, then we can infer from these next remarks that it is this suffering and understanding the other side that reminds man of his limitations. When power corrupts, poetry, the awareness of suffering, cleanses. Art, Kennedy continues, establishes the basic human truth which must serve as the touchstone of our judgment. Art is the recognition of the human experience, ranging from joy to pain, tragedy to triumph. A range of emotion Kennedy knew only too well. A range that is traversed by courage, and a range that is celebrated at its crest and managed at its trough by humor and understanding.
I'm very honored to be here with you on this occasion, which means so much to this college and also means so much to art. Many years ago, Woodrow Wilson said, "What good is a political party unless it's serving a great national purpose? And what good is a private college or university unless it's serving a great national purpose?" The library being constructed today, this college itself, all of this, of course, was not done merely to give this school's graduates an advantage, an economic advantage in the life struggle. Privilege is here, and with privilege goes responsibility. There is inherited wealth in this country and also inherited poverty. A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers. In America, our heroes have customarily run to men of large accomplishments. But today, this college and country honors a man whose contribution was not to our size, but to our spirit, not to our political beliefs, but to our insight, not to our self-esteem, but to our self-comprehension. In honoring Robert Frost, we therefore can pay honor to the deepest sources of our national strength. His sense of the human tragedy fortified him against self-deception and easy consolation. "I have been," he wrote, "one acquainted with the night." And because he knew the midnight as well as the high noon, because he understood the ordeal as well as the triumph of the human spirit, he gave his age strength with which to overcome despair. And it's hardly an accident that Robert Frost coupled poetry and power, for he saw poetry as the means of saving power from itself. When power leads man towards arrogance, poetry reminds him of his limitations. When power narrows the areas of man's concern, poetry reminds him of the richness and diversity of his existence. When power corrupts, poetry cleanses.